What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay, making their debut on the channel tonight! We have, I hope I pronounced this right, Lacrimosa. Yes, indeed. How about that? Lacrimosa making their debut on the channel. Okay, this comes as a request from Java Devil, and this is actually one of Java Devil's 3 prioritized requests for the month of July for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page, so here you go, Java Devil. I hope you enjoy the show, man. Java Devil wanted to see me react to this song by Lacrimosa called, I hope I pronounced this right, Ich bin der Brennende Komet. I hope I pronounced that right. We'll find out. Have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Blacklight SWT, and the video has 2.7 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Lacrimosa. Ich bin der Brennende Komet. Cool. I hope I pronounced that right. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Steht die Erde still, der Dunkelheit macht loslegen, solange schweigt mein Universum. Ich bin der Brennende Komet, der auf die Erde stürzt, der sich bluten seine Opfer sucht. Ich bin der lachende Prophet, der eine Maske trägt und dahinter seines Lebens zählt.
So it's gonna have a guitar solo coming up of some kind. Back up a little bit. It's good. It's good. I got no issue with it really. It's got a nice full sound. I like it. The energy's there. It's driving. The vocals kind of reminds me a little bit of Depeche Mode, a little bit. Kind of. I mean, he is singing, but he's singing in almost like a spoken word type of style, very much like Depeche Mode does. I don't know. I don't know if it's fitting. I mean, it's working. It is okay. There's a big difference between having it work and having it fit. It is working. They're pulling it off. Would I say it's a perfect fit? I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, we're only 2 minutes in, though. A lot can happen still. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Let's keep going.
Wieder zirkuliert, liegt in jedem schwachen Herz die Intoleranz, ein Angriff als Verteidigung und die Schlacht. Ich, Mensch, betrete diese Erde, eine Kugel auf dieser steht ein jeder auf der Spitze. Vereinigung als gleiches Recht für Gleiche, die Diskrepanz zwischen Wort und Tat.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay. We got this shot of the microphone. We got the signal boost. We got the antenna, right? But watch carefully. There it is. Where'd it go? It's not there. I think we're being fooled here, folks. I think we're being fooled. I'm not sure this is live. Not at least not the video. Sure as heck isn't live. They got live footage, but clearly, I mean, look, these antennas. These signal boosters. They don't just disappear. They do not. You have to sit there, unscrew it. If that's a Sennheiser mic or a Shure mic, either one, you have to sit there and unscrew it to take it out. So I don't think he did that. I don't think that happened during this show. I think what we have here is video footage from 2 different shows. Might be the same venue. They may have played there 2 different nights, but this is not done in one shot. This is edited. This has been cut and paste, and clearly 2 different shows. So, not quite sure what to make of this. I don't know. And now magically it's back. You see what I mean? No, man, this is not right. This is not right. This is not live. That word needs to disappear. Good sustain. It's a good song. It is a good song. It's got some commercial value to it. I don't know about so much here in America. I don't know if this would really go over all that well, but I mean, in the European nations, I could hear this being big. The vocalist has some good sustain. He held the note, which was really nice. I was hearing the, I believe that's the keyboardist back there doing some vocalizations over his, which were really nice. Also, nice touch. Here's the thing. I am not convinced right now that what we're hearing is live. This is clearly not video all shot from the same show. I've already proven that beyond a shadow of a doubt. Anybody who wants to question me on that is blind, because they clearly didn't see that in some shots, and it's been more than one time, it has the signal booster in the mic, and other times it doesn't. So this is not all shot from the same show, which means this video has been post-produced very clearly. Now, as far as the audio goes, the audio could be live. They may have grabbed the audio from a live performance, or they have the studio audio mixed with crowd noise. It can be very easily done. You don't believe me? Take a good look at Kiss Alive 1, Kiss Alive 2. They are both filled with extra crowd noise. Edited in. It's real easy to do. And they were doing that in the 70s. Imagine what can be done now in modern days with Pro Tools. So I don't know if this is live or not. I have no proof either way. It could be live audio. But then again, it could just be the studio audio recording with crowd voice and crowd noise in the background, layered on top of it, just mixed in perfectly with it. It's not hard to do. But I know for a fact that what we are seeing is from two different shows, post-produced video. So it's a little upsetting. It's a little upsetting if you ask me. I'm not thrilled about it, but it is what it is. Anyway, let's keep going here. I'll never understand why lead singers do that. I'll never understand it. So the whole time this guitar solo has been going on between the two guitar players, they've been trading off, they've been playing in harmony, trading back off again. By the way, great guitar solo work. It sounds clean, it sounds accurate, it sounds good, it's pleasing to the ear. No issue with the guitar solos whatsoever. But the whole time, the lead vocalist has his back turned to the crowd. I'll never understand that. I'll never get that. I'll never understand why lead vocalists feel, not all lead vocalists, but there are lead vocalists out there who feel compelled to do that. This is my take on it. For those of you that have seen my reactions to the Pixies, you know exactly where I'm going with this. Whenever the performers turn their backs to the crowd, there's a certain window, about 5 to 10 seconds. Okay? If you turn your back to the crowd for 5 to 10 seconds, as long as there's a reason for it, I have no problem with it. A good reason would be your amp might be having some problems. You need to go over there and check the knobs, talk to your crew and let them know, hey, check out my head, something's wrong. You want to go interact with the drummer for 5-10 seconds? That's cool. No problem with that at all. But when you just turn your back to the crowd so you can sit there and dance with yourself, I don't think that's a good reason. I really don't. And furthermore, it wasn't just 5 or 10 seconds. He stood there with his back to the crowd during the entire guitar solo, going back and forth, switching, harmonizing, switching back and forth again. Over a minute, this guy has had his back turned to the crowd as the lead vocalist. And I know people are right now going, well, he wasn't doing anything. He was doing something. He was literally sitting there dancing with himself. With his back to the crowd. There are going to be people that are going to say, well, he was trying to be respectful of the guitar players. Guys, the guitar soloists were up. Well, one of them was in the back on a platform. I don't understand that whatsoever. One was in the back on a riser. The other one was up at the front of the stage. That was good to see. Wouldn't it have been great if they were both up at the front of the stage being the soloists? You know, they should have both been up at the front of the stage. Would have made a lot more sense. But hey, it's their solos. They want to stand where they want to stand. That's up to them. So what could the lead vocalist do? What can he do to help enhance the experience? What can he do to help add to the show? What can he do to help add to the soloists? Maybe cast some light on them, you know? Get the crowd riled up a little bit and then point to the guitar player that's playing and say, yes, that's him. Give it up. Let's hear some noise. You know, something like that. That would be far more productive than standing there towards the back with your back to the crowd, dancing with yourself. Disrespectful. I'm sorry. I know there's going to be people that are going to be upset with what I say right here, but I found that to be extremely disrespectful to the crowd. The same crowd that paid their hard-earned money, whether it be 35, 50, 85, 120, whatever it is, however much they paid to come see this show, you're turning your back on that crowd.
That's pitiful. I mean, it's absolutely pitiful to perform like that.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me wanting to always put on a perfect show. Maybe it's me wanting to give the crowd 100% every single show. Maybe it's me just being a perfectionist when it comes to live performance. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just don't get it. But I would never in a million years turn my back to the crowd for over a minute and sit there and dance with myself. And disrespect the crowd that way. I could never see myself doing that. Ever. Ever. And if I ever do, then I need to stop performing. I need to get off stage. I need to never step on stage again until I understand that that is wrong. And I should not be doing that. God, if anybody watching this channel, watching this video, ever sees me play live and I do that, please tell me. Please tell me in the comments that I did that. Or come up to me after the show and tell me I did it. I will refund you your money in full for the entire show. Because I have no business being on stage if I ever do that. That is beyond disrespectful to me. Rose petals everywhere. Dear Lord. Man. There were things I liked, and there were things that I absolutely hated. This may be a bit of a wash. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Lacrimosa with Ich bin der Brennende Komet. I don't know, something tells me the name of the song is just Comet. I have a feeling that's... I don't know what the rest of it is, but I don't know. Well, listen, this is the name of the video that I gotta go with it. This was a request from Java Devil, and this was actually one of Java Devil's 3 prioritized requests for the month of July for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Java Devil. I hope you enjoyed the show, man. Okay, I thought about it, and like I said, there were things I liked, there were things I hated, and they did kind of cancel each other out. So I don't know, it kind of infuriates me, but in any case, here we go. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.2. Yep, 7.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, let's start with the stuff I liked, okay? The songwriting. Not overly complicated, but catchy. It sounded good, had a good chordal flow. It felt good. It was pleasing to the ear. I got no issue with the songwriting whatsoever. It wasn't overly complex, but like I've always said on the channel, simple can be effective when it's done properly. This was done properly. It had a lot of classical influence, a lot of classical feel in there, and it felt very good. It really did. It flowed well. I got no issue with the song itself in any way, shape, or form. The song is just fine, okay? I got no issue with it at all. As far as the performance goes, here's the thing. Is it live footage? Yes, it is live footage, okay? I can guarantee you that what we saw was live footage, probably from 2, maybe 3 different shows. Okay, now the reason I'm saying that, I already demonstrated this. If you missed it, I'm sorry. I don't know what I can do to possibly help you see better. But I'm sure I wasn't the only one that saw this. The microphone. On some shots, it had the signal booster. It had that little antenna sticking out of it, right? That's a signal booster. It helps the wireless mic communicate with the wireless receiver in a clear way, more consistent way, so you don't get those cutoffs, okay? Sometimes that booster was on the mic. Sometimes it wasn't. Now, you cannot just pop that thing off and that's it. It's impossible, folks. And there would be no point in taking it off, putting it on, taking it off, putting it on, taking it off, putting it on, taking it off, putting it on. That would make absolutely no sense whatsoever. Not only that, but you can't just pop it off like that. You have to screw that thing on. So, or plug it in and lock it in. It depends on the type of mic they're using. If they're using a Shure mic or a Sennheiser mic, I think he was using a Shure mic. You gotta screw those on. So right there, that tells me that what we saw was not exactly live. It was live footage that was taken from at least 2 different shows, possibly more, that they then edited together to make a video. Now, here's my conundrum with that. If they did that, and this was not all footage shot from one concert, right? And clearly it wasn't. I've already demonstrated that. If you cannot accept that fact, and yes, it is a fact, if you cannot accept that fact, then I can't help you. I'm sorry. You need to seek help elsewhere. But that is an undeniable fact that this is live footage from at least 2 different shows that was put together in post-production along with some other shots, audience shots that were in color and in black and white. And guys, you're not going to sit there in a one shot and flip between the two. Now, this was all done in post, okay? Here's my conundrum. If they can do that with the video, what about the audio? Is the audio that we're hearing actual audio from the live show? Or is the audio that we're hearing studio that has had audience background noise layered in with it? I don't know. The only way I would know for certain is if I heard the studio version. If I could hear the studio version and compare it to what we just heard on this video, I could compare the two and I could make a definite call to say whether or not that was really live or not. I don't have that ability. I don't have that in front of me, and I don't have the knowledge of it. So that's my conundrum. Is what we heard, was that really live, or was that studioed, in post-production? I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to say that what I heard was live. I don't have any proof. I don't have any evidence to the contrary. So, for right now, I got to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I got to say this was live. What we heard was live audio from one of those shows that they captured, okay? But what we saw was edited, heavily edited. Now, from what I saw of the live performances, it was pretty good. Some moving around was nice. I saw some of the guitar players moving around. I saw the bass player moving around a little bit. Keyboard is kind of a slave to her instrument, but even then, she was still doing the whole swaying thing. And I mean, look, it's movement. At least she wasn't standing there like a statue playing like this. No, she was grooving around. She was moving around. Did a really nice job on the backing vocals too, by the way. Adding her vocalizations over his. That was really nice. It was a really nice touch. As far as his vocals go, I still don't know if I'm 100% sold on them yet, but I will say towards the end of the song, I was starting to warm up to them. I was. He did hit that one note that he held for like about 8 seconds, and that was impressive. That was impressive. And his tone did start to grow on me. I'm not sold on him yet, but I will say that compared to the beginning of the song to where we ended, I was finding myself enjoying his voice a little bit more. So there's hope. There's definite hope there. Now, what there is no hope for, and I'm sorry if I'm coming off like a purist and I'm coming off as being snotty or, a chip on my shoulder or whatever, but guys, this is one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to live performances, is when the performers turn their backs on the crowd. Now, I've already said during the course of the video, I said there are exceptions to that rule. If something's going on with your equipment and you need to go fix it, then obviously go take care of it. And if you can't fix it within those 5 or 10 seconds, you get one of your crewmates, you signal them, hey, something's up with my mic, check it out. Let them know something's going on so they can get on it, so you can get back out in front of the crowd and face the crowd and give them the respect they're due. The other reason would be to go and interact with the drummer. Nothing wrong with that. I go and interact with the drummer all the time, but I make sure I don't stay there for more than 10 seconds. I'll usually stay there for a total of 4 measures, 5 measures, 6 measures tops. And with the songs that we play, they're pretty fast paced. That's maybe a total of 4 to 5 seconds total. As I play measures of, anywhere from 6 to 8 measures, I'll take seriously 5 seconds. So I'll turn my back to the crowd for 5 seconds, but then I quickly turn back around and re-engage the crowd. There is absolutely no reason a lead vocalist should be turning their back on the crowd for over a minute straight. And on top of that, not just turning his back on the crowd, but having the audacity to sit there and rather than pay attention to the crowd, sit there and entertain himself by dancing with himself. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm so in the moment. Oh, I'm feeling this. Yes, this is absolutely touching me in ways on the ethereal plane that I've never felt before. How about you share that experience with the crowd? How about you turn and face the crowd and do the exact same thing? Let them see you experience that. If it's moving you that deeply, share it with the crowd. Why in the world are you going to turn your back on the crowd like that? That is absolutely disrespectful. And I know there's going to be people out there who are going to defend that going, well, he was trying to give the guitar players their due. Guys, the guitar players are going to get their due. They're soloing right now. They're being the lead right now. They're taking over. they're gonna have the spotlight. I promise. The spotlight's gonna be put on them. And if it's not being put on them, whose responsibility is that? That's the guitar player's job. That's their responsibility. They want the spotlight, they better claim it. So don't tell me that he was being respectful to the guitar players. The guitar players are grown-ass men. They should be up at the front taking that spotlight, demanding that spotlight, not sitting there hoping and wishing, oh, I hope they put the spotlight on me. That is not how you operate. That is not how you perform. You want the spotlight? You take it. You grab it. You do not sit there and wish for it. Good Lord.
So how did that just feel?
God, that upsets the hell out of me. No, the guitar players did a great job, though. That's the thing. They did take the spotlight. They did take it. They made sure that it was on them. My only gripe about it was the one guitar player was on towards the back on a riser. I don't know why he was doing that. He was like he was hiding behind the keyboard player saying, dude, get up to the front where you belong. Give me a break. There's also going to be other people going to sit there, well, it's his artistic visionary. Guys, if you want to be an artist like that, go stand in front of an easel with a blank canvas and a palette of paint and be visual. You go right ahead. Go ahead and do that. But to turn your back on the crowd disrespectfully for over a minute, and on top of it, to sit there and dance with yourself. Man, if I was at that show, from what I could see, I saw the set list, right? I could see the set list. I think this song was the second song on the set list. I would leave and I would demand my money back. That is beyond disrespectful. I paid my good hard-earned money to go and see some dude turn his back on me and dance with himself. You gotta be kidding me. You've absolutely got to be kidding me. So that really upset me. It really did. I'll be honest with you, I knocked a full point off because of that. I absolutely did. I was ready to put this at about an 8.2 between the live performance and the song. I enjoyed the song. I thought it was really good. And the live performance was done really well. I was ready to put this up in the 8.1s, 8.2s. But I was so upset by what I saw what that lead vocalist doing. Man, you gotta be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. So yeah, I docked a full point off that. You don't like it? Too bad. It's my show.
That's the truth.
So 7.2 is where we're at. 7.2 is where we're gonna stay. So 7.2, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.